Straight ahead on OC News, the latest on what is to come in the presidential 2016 election.
And after 21 years, the murder trial of Kathy Torres has come to an end.
We will also have all the details on the spring concert that took place at Cal State Fullerton over the weekend. OC News starts right now. Welcome to another edition of OC News. I'm Daniel Montanez.
And I'm Tawny McCoy. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students of Cal State Fullerton. Ben Carson, a retired American neurosurgeon, officially announced his run for the USA for presidential 2016 this morning. Carson shared his decision with WPEC TV in an exclusive interview on Sunday. I'm willing to bring part of the equation, and therefore I'm announcing my candidacy for President of the United States of America, Carson said. Carson, 63, will formally jump into the race at an event in Detroit, where he grew up. His presidential campaign will mark Carson's first run for office, while he enters the race as a long shot to capture the GOP nomination. He currently pulls ahead of several more established Republicans. He has captivated the conservative community. When he comes to politics, his race and upbringing gives him a great deal of perspective.
It has been 20 years since Cal State Fullerton student Kathy Torres was repeatedly stabbed and left to die. On Friday, her ex-boyfriend Samuel Augustin Lopez was finally sentenced to 26 years in prison. Lopez, 43, was convicted yesterday of one felony count of murder and a sentencing enhancement for the personal use of a deadly weapon. Torres, a 20-year-old honor student, disappeared on the evening of February 12, 1994 after leaving her job at a Save-On drugstore in Placentia. She was found a week later in the trunk of a Toyota Corolla in the parking lot of Placentia Linda Hospital. The release stated that on the night she disappeared, Torres told coworkers that she was planning to see Lopez. Prosecutors told the jury that she and Lopez had a rocky relationship and that she had rejected his proposal of a marriage just a week before her murder. Torres met up with Lopez and his cousin Xavier Francisco Lopez in the parking lot of a Baskin-Robbins, and the trio then drove to another location at some point. Prosecutors said Torres and Samuel Lopez began to argue. During the confrontation, Samuel Lopez attacked Torres with a knife, stabbing her repeatedly in the face, head, and torso, the release stated. Samuel Lopez then cut Torres' wrist and her throat and locked her in the trunk of her car, according to the DA's office.
Have you ever wondered what goes into Chipotle's guacamole that makes it taste so good? Here it is, Alicia Pacheco, to give us the inside scoop.
I'm standing out here at Chipotle, where they have just announced that they will no longer be serving genetically modified organisms in their food, which is another way of promoting a healthier lifestyle for their consumers. And another note, they have also just unveiled their guacamole recipe for all you guacamole lovers, which you can check out on their website. I'm Alicia Pacheco for OC News.
Hundreds of people visited Olivera Street over the weekend, not just to get a head start on Cinco de Mayo celebrations, but to learn more about public services available. Janet Esperanza has the details.
Every year in Olivera Street, the heart of downtown Los Angeles, the Council of Mexican Federations in North America puts together a colorful display of culture that gathers thousands of Latinos from all over the county. Through its event, Mexico Fem, the organization attempts to provide services that empower the immigrant communities of Los Angeles.
This event, we do it every year, but today, especially, is the 10th year anniversary of COFEM as a nonprofit organization. We put this event to where all the federations that are part of COFEM come together and create a little bit more of a familiar environment and entertainment. We have a lot of stuff, food, we have informational booths.
This massive event has two components, a conference and an expo. This year, the conference provided community members with workshops that included topics such as women in leadership, immigration, financial literacy, and cultural identity. The expo includes a variety of resource fairs, a variety of food vendors, and performances.
I come here about every year for the past 4 years. usually get here not so early because it's hot. Today is actually pretty hot, but I come here, you get to know about a lot of businesses that I actually didn't even know exist there. There's a lot of resources. There's things about Medicare, which things I don't really know about it, but here you kind of get information about different things. They have Ultimate, they have Blue Shield, like medical insurance, they have car insurance. They even got new laws, booths about talking about the new laws that are coming into action, and then you just get to see a lot of entertainment.
Mexico Fem is a highlight event for the organization, and it counts with the support of many community partners such as councilmen, Mexican government officials, and academics. The goal of the event is to create awareness among Latinos about the issues that affect their community.
In this colorful display of music, folklore, art, culture, food, the Latino community learns about resources that are available to them in Los Angeles. This is Janet Esperanza reporting for OC News.
And coming up after the break, we get the scoop on the sold-out spring concert headlined by Tyga and Ludacris. Isn't that exciting, Daniel?
Oh, that's a very exciting event. Ludacris finally made it out to the 714 area code, so
Woo!
it was a good
Let's
concert.
do this.
It's what powers our journey to reach unimaginable heights. It fosters a sense of yearning to create, explore, and soar. It strengthens our will to climb to the top. It's the bedrock of our conviction that nothing's impossible. It transforms us and sets us free to thrive and build lives of purpose. Titan pride is at the heart of who we are.
Here in Southern California, we are lucky to have so many hiking trail options. It is often hard to pick, but a local Orange County trail has been chosen as a favorite by many. Maribel Marquez has a detail on this popular hike.
Peters Canyon Regional Park is a park that contains 354 acres of Southern California wildlife. It has become a favorite both for hikers and mountain bikers. Its popularity has grown because of its convenient location and a variety of trail options for all types of fitness levels. The most popular trail is the East Ridge Trail because of its many beautiful views, one of them being a panoramic view of Peters Canyon and the surrounding area.
I like the fact that it's hilly and it's natural, it's not paved, and a lot of animals around. And if you go early, it's not that crowded. Even coyotes, there's a lot of rabbits out there. I've seen roadrunners, so a lot of different wildlife.
Another perk is the great amount of friendly and heartwarming animals people see through their trails. But there are also a handful of more unpleasant encounters that might include rattlesnakes, bobcats, and mountain lions.
So if you ever have some spare time and are looking for something to do, come give Peters Canyon a visit. Get your 30-minute workout in, and you might just run into some wild animals. Reporting for OC News, this is Maribel Marquez.
Recently, Orange County has been seriously dealing with the issue of homelessness, and they are living near places where it is least expected. Jennifer Barrera has more information.
Behind the California Court of Appeal, Santa Ana Public Library, and the Santa Ana City Hall lies a serious issue: the homeless folks living there. Without a place to call home, more and more homeless are seeking shelter wherever they can. According to a local nonprofit analysis, there are more than 12,000 homeless people living in Orange County. Advocates for the homeless, such as Home Aid Orange County, see that emergency shelters are critical to reducing the homeless numbers. In Orange County, there are only 2 seasonal emergency shelters that house approximately 200 people each, one in Santa Ana and the other in Fullerton at the National Guard Armories.
The Orange County Commission is working on a 10-year plan in an effort to end homelessness. Their vision is to create more shelters where the homeless can call home. For OC News, Jennifer Barrera.
Cal State Fullerton hosted 2 of the biggest names in hip-hop this weekend at the spring concert. Reporter Kimberly O'Neill has the scoop.
ASI hosted the biggest event of the year, the Spring Concert 2015. Like ticket sales, students waited in the hot sun for doors to open at 4 p.m. The expected number of students to show up for the concert were about 4,000. 40 security personnel were there to check bags and pockets for any material that may be prohibited in the concert. Food vouchers were passed so students can enjoy a meal from any of the 4 food trucks present at the event. Once inside, students can get free stuff from ASI, complimentary Rockstar, and Kind bars. Puppies were a must, as well as carnival games, Ferris wheel, photo booth, and slide. Latiana and Shailene are first years, and they tell us why they wanted to come to the spring concert.
Well, I'm a first year, and so I really wanted to come see what spring concert is about. I got lucky, and I was only in line for about like 40 minutes after class. And standing here today, I came kind of early, so I was in line for about an hour, but I'm super excited to be here. I can't wait to see Tyga and Ludacris and get on the rides and play the games. I'm just really happy.
Tyga. I wanted to see Wiz, but it's cool. Ludacris is cool, but I'm really excited to see Tyga.
The big question on everyone's mind?
I hope. I really do. I hope she's here.
That's right. Kylie Jenner was present supporting her man. She posted this picture on Instagram with the caption, "I'm always hungry, Wiz Khalifa canceled because he had another prior engagement. 111 was one of the winning acts to perform at the concert and open for Tyga. Tyga was an hour late, so students waited patiently by listening to Gigi Casio, who played his mix more than once since Ludacris was also late. When Tyga and Ludacris hit the stage, the crowd went wild.
The premiere of Age of Ultron and the royal scoop from across the pond, Shauna Hudson has the latest in entertainment.
Thanks, guys. The Avengers Age of Ultron packed a punch in theaters this weekend, making over $180 million at the box office. This time around, the Avengers return to save the world from Ultron, an artificial intelligence unit out to extinguish the human race. 2 mysterious newcomers also make their way onto the screen, played by Elizabeth Olsen and Aaron Taylor Johnson. Let's take a look at what Marvel has in store for us this time.
I was designed to save the world. I'll take that from them first.
It's called the Ultron program.
So stand and fight.
No way we all get through this.
We can tear them apart. That's the best you can do!
It's also that time of the year for us to find out the fate of our favorite fall TV shows. Hit show Arrow on the CW has been renewed for season 4. Ratings are solid, and it has produced a successful spin-off show, The Flash. The Big Bang Theory has been ordered for another 3 seasons on CBS, and it is currently the most watched comedy on TV. And Andy Samberg's cop sitcom Brooklyn Nine-Nine has been renewed for season 3 on Fox. CBS comedy The Millers, however, has been canceled, even after being picked up for a 2nd season. Exciting news from across the pond this past Saturday as Duchess Kate Middleton gave birth to her 2nd child with Prince William of Wales. The couple took home a beautiful baby girl named Charlotte at 6:12 p.m. local time and were seen leaving St. Mary's Hospital in London. The London Bridge was even lit up pink in honor of the new baby girl, and Prime Minister David Cameron tweeted the couple his congratulations. Author of the Harry Potter series, J.K. Rowling, asked fans for forgiveness this weekend via Twitter when she said, "Today, I would just like to say, I'm really sorry about Fred." Fans of the series may remember that Saturday marked the 17th anniversary of the Battle of Hogwarts and death of fan favorite Fred Weasley. However, people shouldn't lose hope that the series is completely closed, as Rowling said on the Today Show that she will never say never to continuing the journey of Harry and his friends. That's all we have in entertainment. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Shauna. Jalisco is on fire, and Guatemala wants to end the corruption. With the latest on world news, here's Kimberly O'Neill.
Thanks, Tani. An incredibly strong drug cartel known as Jalisco's New Generation was showed off in power with violence that killed 7 people and forced down the military helicopter in western Mexico. Jalisco State is relatively calm the day after gunmen set fire to cars, buses, banks, and gasoline stations, and traded gunfire with soldiers and police. The violence after security forces launched a campaign against the cartel Friday. State authorities remain on the alert in and around Jalisco, capital of Guadalajara, with heavy security patrols and fewer people than usual on the streets. Saturday, Mexico's government is going head-on against the cartel, whose leader, alias El Macho, is one of the country's richest drug lords, trafficking in Europe, Asia, Australia, and South Africa. Anti-corruption protests demands Guatemalan president and VP to resign. Tens of thousands took in the streets of Guatemala City to demand the resignation of the president, Atu Perez Molina, and Vice President Roxana Baladetti. The protest came after the investigation revealed a U.S. $130 million corruption scandals involving numerous public servants, including Baletti's personal secretary. The case involves a large-scale corruption network alleged led by Benetti's former private secretary, Juan Carlos Munoz. Munoz remains fugitive in Honduras after the Interpol issued an arrest warrant more than a week ago. The case, which is known as the Lime, also involved top officials from the tax administration of Guatemala. That's all that we have here for World News. Back to you guys.
Coming up, Saturday's fight night was trending online all weekend. Rachel Ramos will have that and much more in sports.
Titan TV is a student-operated facility maintained by students.
It's on the Cal State Fullerton campus, and it's a great opportunity for Cal State Fullerton students to get hands-on experience directly in a studio environment.
Working with Titan TV puts me in this professional environment. Everyone here is really fun to work with, and everyone just gets along so well. I'm having a great time.
It's been a heartbreaking couple days in the Philippines after Pac-Man lost its rival Floyd Mayweather in Las Vegas. Here's Rachel Ramos with the sports.
Thanks, guys. It was the most lucrative boxing match in history. Unbeaten Floyd Mayweather has become the world champion after winning against Manny Pacquiao. The fight brought in up to $400 million. Tickets sold out in just 1 minute, and it's estimated that Mayweather could have pocketed as much as $180 million, and even Pacquiao's shorts raked in the money. They were valued at $1.5 million in a sponsorship deal. Back in Pacquiao's home country, the Philippines, mass disappointment turned to outrage over the outcome of the fight. Now Pacquiao's fans want a rematch. While the four-time champion golfer Rory McIlroy was extremely bummed that he never got close to the squared circle at MGM Grand Garden Arena for the legendary fight, settling instead for a ringside seat in the media center at TPC Harding Park to watch, he did find the winner's circle in the World Golf Championships match play. Here are the highlights. The match is tied with Lee Westwood and Jordan Spieth at the 15th hole, and Spieth chips in for the birdie. After watching Spieth chip in, Westwood calmly sinks his birdie putt to have the hole. One down at 18, and Spieth misses the birdie and hands over the birdie to Westwood. Westwood wins 2 up. Spieth does not advance to the final 16 on the 19th hole of his match with Bubba Watson. Louis Oosthuizen birdies to win the match and advances while Watson is out. It only took 20 holes, but McIlroy makes par, and that would be good enough to fend off Billy Horschel. Today is McElroy's 26th birthday, and there is no greater way to celebrate than with a 4th championship and a winner's check for $1.7 million. With the win, McElroy joined Tiger Woods and Jick Nicklaus as the only players in the past 75 years to win 10 tour titles before turning 26. That's it in sports news. Now back to you guys.
With California in the worst drought on record, restaurants are doing their part. I have the story.
California has reached its 4th year being in a dry spell. In result of this drought, Governor Jerry Brown ordered mandatory water use reduction for the first time in California's history. The goal by the end of the year is to have a 25% reduction overall. Your local restaurants like Yard House, P.F. Chang's, and Lazy Dog are even playing their part to help with conserving water.
We've gotten notices from the California Restaurant Association, and some of the leadership and Lazy Dog has brought it to our attention. We're taking it upon ourselves to look at ways where we can save water, like trying not to force thaw chicken on the fly when we need something really quick. We're talking with the service staff as far as only serving water to guests upon request. They should start by educating residents and businesses by telling us what our water usage is and where we can save, because as a business we haven't seen that yet. It would be good to bring that to our attention.
Restaurants are just one factor in the regulations to the water drought. Each water agency will be handling rules and regulations differently depending on certain cities. And those that do not comply with the water board will be penalized. Agencies will be fined $10,000 a day if they don't meet the requirements. And residents will be fined $500 if they don't follow the rules. For OC News, I'm Tanya McCoy.
Last week it was hot, but today feels cool and windy. Here is our own Kelsey Culver to give us the lucky opportunity to let us fill in on the weather report.
Thanks, Daniel. And hello, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this past weekend as much as I did. It was in the mid-70s and just beautiful at the beach. So let's take a look at today's temperatures. As you can see, it's gorgeous today at 71 degrees. And I don't think anyone's complaining about that. And we get to a low 59, so not too cold, but pretty cold for SoCal. Winds, not too bad, 10 miles an hour, a little breezy. Sun rose today at 6:01, and it's setting later than usual, around 7:38. So let's see how it looks for the rest of the week. All right, as you can see, we have a little bit of sunshine, but a lot of cloud coming up, and all the way on Friday, it's pretty rainy, and it drops all the way down to 65 at the high, and the low is 55 degrees. So pretty cold, and Thursday also has some clouds, so it's very cold through the end of the week. So it looks like today actually is the sunniest of days at 71 degrees. So take it in and get ready to put on those jackets because it goes all the way down to 55 degrees. All right, let's see how the national forecast is looking. So usually, you know, the East Coast is in the low 40s and 50s, and the East Coast is usually in the 70s with some sun, but we switched it up today in temperature, and all the way on the East Coast, we hit 81 degrees in the New York area, and Chicago at 71 degrees. And then on our side, we are around 60 degrees in this area. However, on this side, it's about 82. Not too bad, but so we're switching up. So if you ever think about going on a vacation on the East Coast, now is the time to do it. Nice and sunny for you guys. All right, well, that's all I have for weather today. So Tony and Daniel, over to you guys.
Thanks, Kelsey. And that's going to do it for this edition of OC News. Thank you for tuning in.
Catch us on Wednesday for our final show. Have a great night.